got a good AFC matchup in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the check. Cowboy 80. Hustle, hustle.
Now ETN to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Finding space at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Hurry, 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 hurry. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And the slot man goes in motion left. The slot man in motion right. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Hubbard. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Okay, great. Top 60, top 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 18 Pioneer.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
11, 18,
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Go. 11 MT, tank. 11 MT, tank. 11 MT.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Here we go.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. McPherson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, They just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Completes it to Evan Ingram. On the move past the 40. Down the left sideline. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 52 yards. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
18 Cardinal.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Burrow looking to pass. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34.
So this play, until recently, only something you probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment. Like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here we go. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to move back in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to throw now on first down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Back row 18. Nothing 19. Cut 19. Cut 19. Hurry, hurry.
2nd and 11. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
11.
They go play action with Burrow.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Here we go.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Gun.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
11.
Now Burrow.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Throwing again, it's Burrow.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
Touchdown!
Antonio Gibson.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. And McPherson on for the extra point.
It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score. Bengals 17. Jaguars 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Burrow will throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. Open man is Chase, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the 3rd quarter. Another big play right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Back in 60!
He'll drop to throw.
And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! 18 Maverick! 18!
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
19 Sergeant!
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
19 tight! 19 tight! Hey, pass! Broncos! 19 right!
Back to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
12! 12! 12!
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Down to about the 37.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
11.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Rolling to his left.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
On 1, ready?
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Burrow on play action. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2, ready?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11 MT paint, 11 MT paint. 11 Thomas. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. O.J. Howard, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jaguars 10. Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
11.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here we go.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Mustang 19. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Dragon 60. Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll look to throw again. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. That one goes for 24 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
18, pioneer. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 39 yards. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Jags are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
19 right. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now,
and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Antonio Gibson
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Come on.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Dragon 60. Trap 50, trap 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
2nd and 1. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
ETN bringing in another one. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
79 Broncos. 19 Lions.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Robinson. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Lux with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
11. 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight. 11
On 2nd and 9, Burrow going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Here we go.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
A give to Gibson running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line.
The tackle made back in his own 49.
Here we go, here we go.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Gibson on the read option. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
11.
From midfield now, Burrow. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 50 yards. And the Bengals have made it a 3-score game now here in the 4th. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Seven Pirates!
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Mustang 19!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Warriors 70. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
They'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll set up to throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
18 Rambler. 18 Rambler.
They'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense.
Here we go.
But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room. And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand, taking a knee. And guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step.
Here we go. Here we go.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.